So if you're looking for us, we'll be behind closed doors. We won't be able to talk to you or assist you. However, please make sure you sign out today before you leave and enjoy your spring break. Once again, sign out before you leave and enjoy your spring break.
Say less! Say less! Hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon and this is Shannon's Book Nook, and today you're going to be watching me through my week of spring break. So it's a vlog. I'll be reading lots of books for Realmathon, hoping to get my team some points, hoping to maybe take away some points from other teams. So without further ado, let's get into it.
It's called Rock and a Hard Place. And I need y'all to sing it with me, alright?
Good morning. So it is officially spring break and I've got a lot going on. So yesterday, Saturday, I went to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and saw Bailey Zimmerman. Had a good time. I didn't know very many of his songs, but my friends were like, let's go see him. I'm like, sure, I'm just down for the ride. I just want to go and have fun. So we got there a little bit late. We got to the fair part a little later than we wanted to. And so we, hung out. We ate some fair food. Like I had a corn dog and there were 4 of us girlies and we split a funnel cake with like strawberry and fudge and whipped cream. And then we also got like loaded curly fries, which had like chili cheese, sour cream, chives. Both were really good, but we needed, because we had been drinking a little bit, so we needed some more food in our systems, but we didn't want to pay an arm and a leg for everything, so we just decided to get 2 things and all of us would split it, which worked out perfectly. And so after that, we went to the concert, which started at like 5 o'clock. So we walked into the stadium at NRG with like seconds to spare. Like we were finding our seats as he was coming out. So we did miss a lot of the like rodeo part. But I don't think any of us were like too hurt about it. I mean, it would be fun to watch it, but I wasn't about that life. So I had a good time last night. Totally forgot that it was daylight savings though. And I was supposed to leave with my mom to go to Dallas today. And that's not going to happen. My dad is really sick. So I didn't want to leave because it was going to be my mom, me, my brother, his wife, and their kid all going to Dallas to visit family. And I did not want to leave my dad all alone while he's this sick. So I said I would stay behind and I would, help take care of him and watch over him and make sure that he's, doing okay. And then my brother and his wife are supposed to come back on Wednesday. So when they're heading back home, I'll head up to Dallas. So I'm still going. I just won't go for the entire week, which is also nice because I have some things that I need to take care of at my house that I haven't had time to do during the work week. So I need to do that now. But yeah, so that's a little bit of a life update. It's spring break. I'm hoping to get a few things done. Like I need to clean my house a little bit. I've actually been debating on whether or not I should get like a little help with cleaners because I really struggle. I don't know if it's part of like my ADHD or an executive functioning disorder that I might have, but cleaning has been a huge issue lately. Like, I'll do a little spot cleaning here and there. I'm not like filthy, but like having to do those deep cleanings, I freaking hate. So I've been thinking about maybe getting a maid or a cleaning service to come in once a week, but we'll see, because finances finances are the problem there. Anyways, so a little bit of an update. I am reading Goldfinch. I'm about 80% through, and I have a clip that I will play for you in a little bit, giving you an update on that. And then I started A Promise of Peridot, I can't remember, by Kate Golden. It is book 2 in the Dawn of Onyx series. I think I waited too long to read the second book because I have forgotten some things, and I even looked online and I read like a recap of the first book. But I gave the first book 5 stars. I loved it. But I am not as connected to these characters this time around. So I think I waited too long to read this book, unfortunately. So I'm hoping, like, once I finish Goldfinch, because also the female main characters' names are the same. Like Arwen and Arwen. They're just spelled differently. And so I'm like, I'm scared, like, I'm gonna start getting these characters mixed up. So, but I also have Promise of Peridot as a Libby hold. So, and I only have like 4 days left. And so I cannot put it off too much longer. Otherwise, I'm not gonna finish it. So, yeah. And I'm not very far. I'm only like 100 pages in to A Promise of Peridot. So I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done today while I'm doing some laundry. And yeah, I'm going to go eat breakfast now. So I'll give you an update when I have one. I was not ready. I was not ready for that scene that just happened. Pretty much just bawled my eyes out. I hate it, but I also know it had to happen, unfortunately. So I'm reading Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy, and I am 80% through the book. So I'm on like page 537 out of 679. So I'm almost done with the book. And this is the final book in the series, so I know that people are going to die. There is this war between the Fae that were in Anowin that have crossed the bridge. The Stone King is bound and determined to take out all of the Orions, and my heart, I just knew that a lot of people that I've come to love in this series were gonna die. I mean, it's not a good epic conclusion in a fantasy series, in a fantasy romance, if you don't have 1 or 2 beloved characters die. And so for 3 of them have died, and I don't want to finish this book now. I don't want to finish it, but I'm going to. I'm going to. No, see, no, this is not the way this book is going to end. This is not the way the book is going to end. Absolutely not. This can't be. There are 100 pages left. There's no way. There's no way. Look, there's going to be spoilers for like the next minute or so. Okay? So if you haven't read this series, if you haven't finished this series, if you are not yet done with the Plated Prisoner series, this is book 6. And so I'm about to talk about some things that have happened. Okay? So go away and come back later. I'm going to put a banner around so you know when I'm talking about spoilers. Okay? And then when those banners are gone, you know I'm done. Okay, here we go. Spoilers incoming in 3, 2, 1. Okay, look. I was crying earlier because Queen Melina and her assassin Dominic, look, she does something incredibly selfless, and she realizes that the only way to get the Fae to stop coming into Aurea is to destroy the bridge. And the only way to destroy the bridge is to basically kill herself. Her blood is what will stop it. And the willingness to give her blood selflessly is what will cause the bridge to be unmade. So in a Romeo and Juliet moment, Queen Melina, who has had a complete turnaround in this series, stabs herself in the heart, and her blood starts to break the bridge. And Dominic cannot live without her because he loves her. He decides to kill himself too. And look, I get it. I see why this had to happen. Because we hate Queen Melina in the beginning. And all of a sudden, Raven Kennedy had all this character development thrown at these two characters, specifically Melina. So of course, she has to be used in some way, some fashion. She's going to go out with a bang. And it's going to hurt like hell. And it does. It hurts. She was one of my favorite storylines to read about in the last book. And this is what happens. What are you doing? And then I'm mad. I am so mad because, like, okay, the Stone King gets killed. Great. Like, Commander Riot kills him. Awesome. But it doesn't seem to stop the war in Aurea. They keep going. It doesn't fully stop until the bridge is destroyed. And then when we go back into Anowin, which is on the other side of the bridge. So Aurea's on this side of the bridge. Anowin's on this side of the bridge. Slade and Arwen get basically ambushed by Slade's evil father, the Coal King. And I don't fucking, excuse my language, don't understand why Raven, the author, would bring in the fact that he can manifest, Slade can manifest dragons. You basically brought it in just to kill the fucking dragon. And that pisses me off. Like, don't bring in dragons just to kill them. Like, I am a ride or die dragon girl. I love dragons. And what you did was dirty. I don't like it. I don't like what you did with that. I don't see, no. Like, the only reason you put that in there was for the emotional damage. Which makes me mad. It worked. But now I'm mad. And now I'm on page, what page am I on? 569. And Slade's dad has not only killed the dragon, but he has killed Arwen, our main female character from the very beginning of this story. We have 100 pages left. I don't think that she's actually, like, she might actually be dead, but some way, somehow, she's going to be brought back. That is my theory. That is my theory, that she will be brought back. But I am angry right now because there's no way this is how this fucking book ends. There's no way. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. So I'm going to go back to reading so I can find out what the hell is going on. Because if this is how this series ends, this book is going to get like 2 stars. It's going to get 2 stars. There's no way. And I won't be recommending this series because no. No. So I finished Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy last night, actually yesterday evening. And I was not prepared for an update. So I got something caught in my throat. My allergies are really bad today. Anyways, yeah, so I finished Goldfinch and it was bittersweet. So I absolutely loved book 2 and 3, which is Glint and Gleam. And those books, just 5 stars, absolutely loved them. And then book 4 and 5, there was kind of a lull, kind of drops down. It felt very, those books felt like fillers almost. They got 3 stars, both, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, so Glow, which is book 4, got 3 stars, and Gold, which was book 5, got 3.5. So I ended up giving Goldfinch 4 stars because I felt like it was a pretty good conclusion to a series. My heart, there were times where my heart could not handle what was happening. There is a lot of gore in this book. There's a lot of action. We're at war on 2 sides, on both sides of the worlds that we are in. In Araya, there's a war. The Fae are trying to take over. And in Anowin, there's discord, there's war there as well. So in all perspectives that we have, because this book does have multiple perspectives, from people that we have not heard from in the past, but in all perspectives, there is war when we get different perspectives, of it from those characters, which I liked, but at the same time, it was a lot. And there were times where I was like, was that really necessary? Did it need to be that bad? No. Okay. And then there were some things that I talked about in my spoilery part a few minutes ago in the clips, where there were times where I was like, what was the point? What was the point of that? Why bring this person in just to do this? Why? What was the point? And so there's some confusion on choices that were made. But overall, felt like it was a pretty good conclusion to the story. I'm happy with it. I gave it 4 stars. So yeah, I submitted the book for Realmathon points, and I feel like I did pretty good for my team. It's actually, you know what? I've done really well on the last 2 books that I've submitted. So Blood and Steel, I submitted last week and got a pretty good chunk of numbers for my for my team, because it is a fantasy romance. It's longer. It was like almost 500 pages, I think. Okay, so I looked it up because I couldn't remember how many points I got. So for Expiration Dates, which was the first book that I submitted, didn't get too many points because it wasn't very long and I didn't fulfill a lot of the prompts. But I did end up getting 61 points. And then for Blood and Steel, I got 68 points, which was even better. And then Goldfinch was my best yet, which I have a feeling Goldfinch is probably going to end up being my highest points racked up, because the page count, it was 679 pages. I got all 5 prompts fulfilled. So I picked 5 prompts, and then I got all 3 bonus prompts as well for my team, because Book Boyfriend, I freaking love Slade. Slade has my heart. And then team prompt number 2, read from an author that you've read from before. And I have read, obviously, all of the books in this series, which are written by Raven Kennedy. And then urban setting, because a lot of the wars that are taking place are happening in the capitals of these kingdoms and these, so they're happening in the cities. So I counted that as urban setting. So yes, so got 105 points for Goldfinch. So now I am reading A Promise of Peridot, which, like I said in a clip before, I waited too long to read this book. I'm still enjoying it because I feel like Kate does a really good job of kind of reminding us of things that have happened in the previous book. So I'm not lost. I'm not lost, but there are characters where I'm like, wait, who is that? And then I'll either look it up or they'll explain who it is. So while I was putting my laundry away, I did listen to the audiobook, so I have no idea where I'm at right now. I am 53%, so I am more than halfway through, just over the halfway mark. I have 6 hours and 21 minutes left of the audiobook, but it's due in 3 days. So I got to get cracking. So I'm actually going to be heading over to my dad's house right now. My mom is currently up visiting her family. Like I said, I was supposed to go, but my dad is very sick. So he has a couple things that he needs to get done, and I'm going to take care of them for him because he needs to be resting. So I'm going to head out, and I will give you an update when I have one. All right, so it's been a couple days since I've talked to y'all and updated you. It is Thursday, and I think the last time I updated you was Monday. So let me give you a little update. Okay, so on Tuesday, I drove up from Houston to Dallas to visit my family, and on the way up, I did hit some traffic, so my 3.5 hour drive became almost a 4.5 hour drive. And then, but I did finish A Promise of Peridot by Kate Golden. So I really enjoyed this book. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give it a 3.5 or a 4. Just because there were some things that I kind of forgot, and the chemistry between the two characters, which I love so much, I was struggling to find that in this book. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to give this a 3.5 or a 4. And then, what else? Let's see. I started Ruthless King by Meghan March. And this is like a dark romance, I think. I have the Kindle I have the Kindle book that I bought on like a Stuff Your Kindle day. And but I'm listening to the audiobook because it's pretty quick. It's a pretty short book. I also own the physical copy of this book, so I'm reading that one. I should have saved it for Peace Galas because this is it's like 230 something pages. I should have saved it, but there are 2 more books in the series, so if I like this one, I might just read the other 2 books this weekend and get the trilogy read. I also have I'm still reading The Reluctant Wife by Steele, which is an arc that I got from Handbright PR, and I am loving it. I just haven't had enough time to sit down and read with my eyeballs. Yeah, so Wednesday, sorry. My Meemaw, my mom and I, we went out shopping, so we were gone for most of the morning. We didn't get back till close to 1:30, 2 o'clock. And so we shopped quite a bit. We went to 2 different stores, and then we went to lunch. So we went to this place called Belk, Belk, and it's a clothing store, which we don't have down in Houston. So I try not to go too crazy because I really don't need to buy any more clothes. I really actually need to go through my closet and get rid of some things. So that's kind of what I plan to do maybe this weekend when I'm listening to audiobooks, go through my clothes, and there are some things that I haven't worn in years. I need to get rid of those. And, really clean up my closet, because my main closet, is a hot mess. So when we were at Belk's, I bought a pair of shoes for work. They're like kind of a backless loafer type thing. They're black. They were on clearance, so I only paid like $20 for them. And then what else did I buy? I bought 2 pairs of earrings, which were also like 75% off, so I paid like $8 for both of those. Oh, and I bought a nightgown, like a night dress, a muumuu. So because I need to replace one that is really worn out. So I need to just throw that one away. I actually need to go through my drawers, like my dresser drawers, and get rid of stuff too. So not just my closet, but my dresser drawers as well. So I think that was all. Oh, I did also buy a Shapement bra, because I love their bras, because they don't have underwire and they're very comfortable. So I bought one of those. I have 2 already. So I have a black one and I have a white one, and I went ahead and bought like a tan colored one. So yeah, that's what I bought at Belk's. We went to go eat lunch at Rosa's, like it's a Mexican cafe, and my mom and we split some nachos, and my Mima got a kid's meal. So then we went to this place called Ollie's, which is a bargain store. It's like where stores can't sell their overstock or whatever, and they send it to Ollie's, I think is how it works. Well, they had ceiling fans, the ones that like hug the ceiling, which is what I need in my house. They had a 44-inch ceiling fan that they had on sale for like $29. And I've been looking for ceiling fans, but I haven't really found anything I really liked for a decent price. So these were on sale, and I decided that I'm going to buy 2, because my front bedroom and my library don't have a ceiling fan in them. My front bedroom, especially during the summertime, can get kind of warm, because the afternoon and evening sun hits that room directly. So when it's like 100 degrees outside, that room can get stifling. So I went ahead and bought those 2. I bought 2 ceiling fans, and then it's a 6-in-1 oven. It's a machine. It's a kitchen cookware. There we go. I couldn't come up with the word that I was trying to come up with. It's like got a little toaster oven. It's got a dehydrator. It's got a air fryer. It's got, what else does it have? It's got a grill on top that is like smokeless, which I actually have kind of a smokeless grill, but the fact that this one has like, it's all of these things in one was kind of nice. And it was only like $69. Yeah. And then I found 2 books. $2 at Ollie's, because Ollie's does have a big like book section, and their books are no more than like $5. So I found Throne of Secrets by Carrie Maniscalco, hardcover for $4.99. And then one of Rebecca Yaros's like contemporary romances for $3.99. So I got both. So yeah, we went on a shopping spree yesterday. I spent a little more than I wanted to. And normally when I come up here, I go to the big like flagship location for half price books. It's the huge location that they have. It's the biggest one they have in the country. So I try to go there every time I come up here, but I really don't need to spend hours in a bookstore when I spent like $200 yesterday. But there is an indie local, it's not local, it started out in like Wichita, Kansas, but they have a second location that is in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and I'm thinking I might go to it. It's called Blush Bookstore, and it's like a romance book store. I was looking online, and the stuff that they have looks so cute, so I might go support them today, especially because, you know, it's nice to support those small businesses. And I might just go see what they have. They don't open up until 11, and it's currently 8:30, so I do have some time before they open. But there's also like a smaller half-price books location about 15 minutes away from my grandmother's house, and I'm tempted to go there because they open up at 10. So I might go there at 10 and then wait, you know, look around for a little bit, and then if I find something, great. If I don't, whatever. But then go to Blush. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But anyways, so Promise of Peridot, I'm trying to remember how many points Promise of Peridot got me. Got my team, specifically the Stingers. I want to say it only got like 87 points, which isn't bad. I was going to use it to attack a team, but when I saw it was only going to like take 30 points away from another team, I was like, I get more points for defending my territory. So let me just use this to defend. But I have not attacked. I have not attacked a team yet. And I'm getting the urge to attack. So maybe with Ruthless King, or maybe with the other book that I'm reading, The Reluctant Wife. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I want to get the most bang for my buck. And if I'm going to get more bang for my buck protecting my territory, then that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I will keep you all updated when I have an update. Okay, so I got to give you all a little bit of an update because it's been a little bit. I'm currently driving. Well, I mean, I'm parked right now. I just stopped to use the restroom and get up and walk around just a little bit because my legs are killing me. Anyways, so originally I was going to be going back home on Friday morning. It is Saturday, 12 o'clock, and I'm on my way home. I've got like an hour and a half before I get home. So those of you who don't know, I live in the Houston area, and my family lives like in the Dallas area. So if you've never made that drive, it's basically a 4-hour drive, depending on where you're going and where you're coming from. So a 4-hour drive, and I'm making it by myself since I stuck back with my dad in Houston since he was sick. Originally, I was going to go home yesterday, but the news was talking about like severe weather, like wind advisories specifically. And so I did not want to drive home with wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour in the Dallas area. In West Texas, it was like wind gust up to 80, like 18-wheelers, tractor trailers were flipping on their sides. The wind was so bad. So, I mean, the wind is still it's still pretty windy, but it's nothing compared to what it was yesterday. Like, I walked outside this morning and my car was covered in dirt and sand and just dust. It was gross. So yeah, but that's a little bit of a life update, what's going on with me. So I'm on my way home. But as far as reading, I've read one book. It was very short. I should have saved it for Gala of Peace, but I didn't. And I'm actually kind of glad I didn't, because yes, it's a short read, but I also did not really enjoy it. I read Ruthless King by Meghan March, and it was like 239 pages, and I listened to the audiobook as well, and it was only like a 6-hour audiobook, but when you put it on 1.8 or 2 times speed, it ends up being like a 3-hour listen. So I finished that yesterday afternoon, before Peace Gala or Gala of Peace started. But I gave it originally I was going to give it 3 stars, but then I changed it to 2.5 because I really just did not like it. And do I want to continue with this series? I don't know. I have all 3 books. I don't know if I like it enough to read it. Like, so my biggest complaint was like a lot of the sexy scenes were just very cringe. Like, the dialogue was not great. So especially with the female main character, I don't know what it was with that. I don't know if it was the narrator or if it was just the dialogue in general, like, that made it cringy. It was just not working for me. And on top of that, like, the main male character we're told about him, and we're told that he's like a psychopath and that he's evil and that he's just not a good guy and he's ruthless, and we're told all this stuff, but we never really see it. Like, we get in the male's perspective, we don't get his perspective very often. And so sorry, this lady's walking around my car and I'm like, what is going on? So, yeah, the male, I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. So I gave it 2.5 stars. It was my first attack book. So I think I got like 20 points for my team and then 29 attack points. So it wasn't great either way. It didn't really matter which way I put it. So I was like, let me just use this for an attack. And now I am listening to Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, which is a thick book to be reading for Gala of Peace, but I think it's going to end up getting me a lot of points for my team, since it is a thicker book and we get 10 extra bonus points for this weekend. So yeah, I will let you know. I'm still reading The Reluctant Wife by Steele. I'm enjoying it. I just haven't been wanting to read with my eyeballs. So I don't know what I'm going to do, because I also have another arc that I need to read with my eyeballs. I just don't want to. But anyways, I'm going to get back on the road and I will talk to you later. Okay, ignore the crazy hair. I was just going through editing my vlogs and putting my stuff together so that I could get it uploaded today. And for some reason, 2 of my clips that I filmed yesterday on my way home, they have no sound. And so I think I know what happened, but I'm going to refilm those clips right now. And I'm just going to talk about, what happened. What I was talking about. So I did read a graphic novel for Peace Gala called The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich, and it's by a Brazilian author. I cannot remember her first name, but I know it was Muniz for the last name. Super, super cute. Loved it. Had a good time with it. It was a quick read, which is what we want during Peace Gala. So it was like 256 pages, but graphic novels only count for like half of that page count. So I don't get any bonus points for pages, but because it's Peace Gala weekend, I do get that extra 10 points for just reading that book. So The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich is I want to say a young adult. I think middle grades could probably read this book because there's nothing too scandalous. But this book follows Cam, who her father is very, very ill, very, very sick at the beginning of the book, and he dies pretty quickly. And he is trying to convince her to get married because in this day and age, a woman is not going to get the inheritance. She's only going to get the inheritance from her husband. And so she's like, Dad, I don't want to get married. I hate men. I don't want that life. I just want to live the life that I want to live without having to worry about, society standards. But, that's not how things work. So he basically tells her the only way you're going to get this money, this inheritance money, is if you pretend to be my son. Well, the thing is like everybody that lives in that town, that village, knows that the father does not have any other kids except for a daughter. So Cam decides to leave and go to, I want to say the capital. And Cam pretends to be a boy. Dressed like a boy, acts like a boy throughout the day, and comes home, takes off the costume, and lives her life like she normally would at home. She's supposed to be keeping a low profile, but she catches the attention of the princess, Princess Bree. And there's some cheesy jokes, and everything is cheese related as far as the name. We have the kingdom of like fondue, we have Bree, we have Cam's name, which when you say it the whole name, which I don't know how to say, I'm pretty sure it's a cheese name. So everything is very cheese related. It's super cute. And I love that the author pulled on her own experiences with her sexuality and put it in the book. This is basically like a biography from the author with some fiction thrown in. So it was super cute. Highly recommend. It didn't give me a lot of points, but that's okay. I had a good time with it, and positive points, negative points, everything, it works. So, y'all, that wind out there, jeez Louise, crazy. Okay, I just got home and I stopped by my mailbox on the way in, and I have like packages. So let's open them. I already know what they are. They are, I hate when that happens, Atria books that were sent to me by the publisher. Okay, we're good. Let's see what the first one is. Yay! Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. So this comes out April 28th. And oh my God. So Lisa Jewell's last book that I read, which was None of This Is True, was 5 stars. One of my favorite thrillers of 2024 that I read. And it says, he's the perfect man. He says he loves you. You think he might even be made for you. Before long, he's moved into your heart and into your house. And then he leaves for days at a time. You don't know where he's gone or who he's with. And you realize if you looked back, you'd say to yourself, don't let him move in. I'm excited for this one. So there's that book. Let's see what else. I had to open this one up because again, wasn't working. This is, Detained. Okay, I know this one's gonna break my heart. Okay, I requested this one. It comes out May 13th, and it says A Boy's Journal of Survival and Resilience by D. Esperanza and Geraldo Ivan Morales. So this one, I believe, if I remember correctly, it says the first memoir by a child detained under President Trump's zero tolerance immigration policy. This story shares one boy's journey from despair to hope. So I know this is going to be a heavy read, especially with everything going on right now. You guys, I was in Dallas, y'all know that. There was a commercial that came on and it angered me so much. And it was basically like directed at undocumented immigrants. We're like, we'll find you and we'll deport you. I'm like, what the like, I get it if they're not law abiding or if they're criminals, like, yeah, of course, deport them. But I don't even want to get political on my channel, so let me just stop there. Okay. Next book. Oh gosh, I can't open it. What's this? That's a creepy cover. Okay. Someone Knows by V. Keeland. Vi Keeland. I love this author. I have read from her before. And it says, Professor Davis knows that everyone has a story, and she'll teach you how to tell yours, as long as you don't ask about her own past. But someone knows, so grab a pen and paper and get ready to take notes, because the truth is, this story is far from over. Look at that cover. And these, okay. And this one comes out April 28th. So there's I have two more. Oh my God, this one's huge. Golly, what did I get? I know what I got. Wait, but why is it in hardcover? Were my other books in hardcover? I'm so confused. Oh God. Okay, the dust jacket's a little messed up. Give me a second to try to fix this. Heat of the Everflame by Pencole. Oh, this is book 3 in the Kindred Curse saga. And if you have been on my channel for any length of time, I talk about this series quite a bit since I read it last year. And oh, look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Is there anything on the... Nope, just a standard cover. Okay. But this series was in my, 15 favorites of all time. Okay, so that is a fantasy romance series, and I absolutely adore it. This is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one from Atria. Witness 8. I think I already have this one. Okay, I'm gonna have to double check. Witness 8 by Steve Kavanaugh. Now I'm like, wait, let me go check. Yeah, I have this one in paperback. So this is the ARC. I'm assuming this is the one because it is March 15th and this was released on the 11th. So this is the ARC. This is the final copy that was published. So maybe I'll do a giveaway on my Instagram channel with this one. Maybe that's what I'll do because I don't need 2 copies. This one came with a little printout with author stuff from the author. But yeah, so Witness 8, I'm excited to read this one. Now, I did talk about going to Ollie's and getting books while I was in Dallas. So these are the 2 copies that I got. Eyes Turned Skyward by Rebecca Yarros, $3.99. Hopefully I can get that stinking sticker off. And then this is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. So yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, have I already read this one? Did I buy a book that I have already read? Let me check. So I thought that this was the second book in the Prince of Sin series. No, this is book 1, which I have already read. But you know what? I did want a copy of this, so I'm not too broken up about it. Plus, it's a hardcover for $4.99. $4.99. So I am fine with this. And one more haul book that I need to talk about before we go. So I was talking about buying the series, the Legends of Thesmar series, and I got 3 of the books. So I got book 1, 3, and 4. And for some reason, my order of the second book and the prequel were canceled. I don't know why, but I asked my dad to buy them and then I would transfer him the money. So he did. So he bought Vows and Ruins and Slaying the Shadow Prince for me. I don't know how I feel about this cover. I think I like the other cover with the 2 characters on there. I go back and forth because it kind of matches the other covers better than the 2 characters do. I am still reading Binding 13, and I was just in reading sprints on Tori's channel, but I'm so tired from driving back home today that I just kind of want to chill in my bed. And so I moved up to my room. But I am on page 222, chapter 23. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this book has some trigger warnings, and I knew that it did. I typically don't look at the trigger warnings just because I don't normally get triggered. But, and I'm not triggered by this book, but it just makes me so mad. For Shannon. So the main character's name, the main female character's name is Shannon. And she is 15, and she has been dealt a shitty hand. And her dad is he's a POS. He's a drunk. He is abusive to his kids. Now his wife is currently like pregnant. So is he abusive to her? I have no idea. We haven't seen that happening, but he is a cheater as well. He'll come and go from the house and she takes him back. And I just, my brain, it makes me so mad. So Shannon and one of her older brothers, so there's a lot of kids in this situation. So you have the oldest brother who at this moment, I cannot remember his name. He has already left the situation because he's like, I am done dealing with this bullshit. I'm out. So he's left. Then there's Joey and then Shannon. And then there are 3 younger kids, 11, 9, and 3. And then the mom is pregnant. So there's about to be 7. They're about to have 7 kids, minus the older one who's already left. And Joey and Shannon are having a conversation one night, and they're like, we can't keep doing this. Like, we need to get out soon. And Joey is busting his ass to get money so him and Shannon can get out of this house. And Shannon's like, well, what about everybody else? And they're like, Joey's like, I would love to take them, but we cannot afford to take care of them and us. Like, there's no way that we can take them with us. And so Shannon's like, yeah, okay, I get it. Get us out of this situation, please. And finally, like, a conversation between Shannon and her mom has happened. And Shannon, like, lays it all on the table. Like, aren't you tired of dealing with this crap? Like, when is it going to be enough for you to just finally leave? And her mom gets pissed and defensive, of course. But bravo for having that conversation. That is a hard conversation to have, but it needed to happen. Like Shannon was like, my mother is delusional if she thinks that she's not the only one dealing with this shitty situation. Like, we are having to deal with this too. So yeah, that conversation needed to be had. It was had. And I love Johnny, except for his cussing. I wish he wouldn't cuss so much, but Johnny is a pretty decent guy. I mean, sometimes he lets his anger get the best of him, but he is all about protecting Shannon. And I love that. But he's got some stuff going on too in his rugby world that he needs to deal with, that he's not dealing with, of course. So yeah, I am interested to see how this plays out. And I didn't realize there's a like sequel to this book. I think it's called Keeping 13. It's not on here. Which is the like conclusion to their story. So I thought this was their whole story because it's 600 and something pages. So I'm like, this is not all of their story. I'm going to have to read a whole nother book. Okay, fine. And then another little update about the Reluctant Wife. So I finally got to 37%. I'm on chapter 23. I'm in we're in the first sexy scene. Like, well, I mean, there have been a couple of things that have happened, but this is like the first, like, where he's like, F it, let's go. So he is her bodyguard. She is a princess. What I love about this is that she is plus sized. She is a bigger girly. Also, throwback to like when I read all of the BDSM stuff that I used to read. He is a bit of a dominant and she is a bit of submissive. She's also inexperienced. So we will see how all of that plays out for them. But I'm loving it. Their banter, their chemistry, so good. I love both of them. And I'm excited to see where their relationship goes. All right, I'm back to close out this vlog. I'm going to be quite honest. I'm not sure how this is going to all pull together. It might be a bit chaotic. And I'm sorry about that. But it's been a while since I've done a vlog. It's been a few months, I think. And sometimes I just forget to pull out my phone and record things that are happening for B-roll. So yeah, this one might be a little chaotic. I'm sorry about that. But I feel like I had a pretty good week. I read a lot. I got some good points from my team. I got to see family. I got to go shopping a little bit. So I did a little bit of rejuvenating for my soul. I do have to go back to work tomorrow and I don't want to. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around for this long, don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you next time. Bye.